Is anyone truly safe? Even global icons like Jungkook of BTS. In a chilling late-night incident that stunned the nation, exclusive CCTV footage has surfaced revealing a moment of utter horror and confusion. A woman, identified as a 27-year-old from mainland China, was caught attempting to infiltrate the private residence of Jungkook, just days after the BTS superstar completed his mandatory military service. But what's sending shockwaves across armies and media alike is not just the terrifying footage itself, but the raw, emotional aftermath that followed. What was Jin's furious response upon hearing the news? Why did Jungkook remain frozen and silent while watching the footage? And what heartbreaking words did Jungkook's mother whisper through tears that left even veteran HYB staff trembling? This is not just a break-in. This is a moment that exposed the vulnerability behind superstardom. According to reports from the Seoul Metropolitan Police, the break-in occurred at approximately 2:14 p.m. KST, inside a luxury villa where Jungkook has been residing since returning from military service. The CCTV camera installed near the private garden entrance recorded the suspect, wearing a black hoodie and surgical mask, scaling a small side wall and attempting to quietly unlock the sliding door to Jungkook's kitchen. Fortunately, the door was triple-locked. The woman lingered, pressing her ear to the glass, before being startled by a motion sensor light that activated in the backyard. She fled, but not before the camera caught a chilling glimpse of her face, which investigators used to identify and later apprehend her. Sources close to Jungkook revealed that the singer was asleep at the time of the attempted break-in, but was awoken by security shortly after the woman was detected. Jungkook reportedly reviewed the footage with HYB's head of security in stunned silence. He didn't say a word for over 10 minutes, one insider shared. His hands were clenched. He wasn't scared. He wasn't even angry. He just looked disbelieving, like the world he thought was safe after military life just shattered. Even more haunting, Jungkook's mother had arrived at his home that morning to cook his favorite breakfast, something she had promised to do the day he returned. Upon hearing what happened, she reportedly collapsed into tears, clutching her son and whispering, "I sent you to the military to be strong, not to come home to this." But it was Seokjin, Jin, who became the true storm in the aftermath. According to a HYB team member, Jin had been texting Jungkook just hours before, checking in on his sleep and recovery. When news broke of the attempted break-in, Jin rushed to Jungkook's house before the police even arrived. No one told him. He just knew something was wrong, said the staffer. He showed up in sweatpants, no security, no managers. Just fury in his eyes. When he arrived and saw the footage, Jin's composure cracked. He reportedly turned to the security team and shouted, "How did this happen?" He served his country. He came home for peace, not fear. But what stunned everyone more was what Jin did next. Instead of leaving once things were secure, Jin stayed. He stayed for over 12 hours. He reportedly refused to let Jungkook sleep alone that night, bringing blankets, snacks, and even a mini projector to make the room feel like it did back at the dorms. He played soft music, told jokes, and at one point, even FaceTimed Jimin, who sent a voice note saying, "Kook, we've got you. No one breaks our walls again." It was a brotherhood unlike anything seen on screen, a silent shield of protection formed by years of love, service, and shared trauma. While the suspect is now in custody, initial interrogations revealed a disturbing motive. The woman claimed she had been planning the break-in for months, convinced that she could leave a gift for Jungkook before anyone noticed. It remains unclear what the gift was, but police recovered a handwritten letter, chocolate, and what appeared to be a fan-made photo album in her bag. HYB released a brief statement condemning the incident and affirming that all artists' safety and privacy are our highest priority. Legal action is currently being prepared. For Jungkook, this moment was not just a security scare. It was a deep emotional rupture. Sources close to the family say his mother has not left his side since, and even requested increased private security at both Jungkook's home and their family residence in Busan. She fears she sent her son back into the world too early, the source said. But Jin reminded her, "He's not alone out here. Not now. Not ever." The question everyone is asking, will this event change Jungkook's long-awaited return to the entertainment world? There were plans for a gentle comeback, possibly on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and even a new single in production. But insiders say everything is now on pause. Jungkook's health, safety, and peace of mind are now the top priorities. Fans are rallying with the hashtag #ProtectJungkook, flooding social media with messages of love, strength, and support. This was more than an attempted break-in. This was an attack on peace, on family, on the quiet that every artist deserves after serving their country. But in the ruins of fear, something powerful stood up: love, brotherhood, blood, and at the center of it all, a silent but blazing force named Jin, who reminded the world, if you try to harm one of us, you'll answer to all of us. Because BTS isn't just a band, it's a family, and no one breaks through that door, not again. What do you do when your safety is shattered in the one place meant to give you peace? For Jungkook, that answer came quietly, far from Seoul, away from the lights, reporters, and questions. In the days following the break-in at his home, the Golden Magne made an unexpected decision to retreat, not alone, but with his ever-watchful older brother, Jin, and press conferences, and schedule updates, just two brothers disappearing into the countryside. But where did they go? And what happened when Jungkook returned to his childhood neighborhood for the first time in nearly 3 years? What did his mother prepare that brought back a memory so painful that even Jin had to turn away? The very next morning after the incident, multiple local sources in Busan began reporting that Jungkook and Jin were spotted at a small traditional guest house near the outskirts of the city. Eyewitnesses described them both dressed down in casual hoodies and caps, walking side by side, heads down, accompanied only by 2 discreet HYB security officers. But the truth was far more intimate than just laying low. They weren't hiding, they were healing. According to an insider close to the family, Jungkook's mother had arranged for the homecoming, calling Jin personally the night of the break-in. He's scared to sleep. He hasn't eaten. He won't speak, she told him. Please bring him home. And Jin did. And hesitation. No PR team. No handlers. Just Jin, the eldest Hyung, walking beside Jungkook into the same tiny kitchen where he once watched a younger, clumsier Jungkook spill soy sauce across the floor. It was during that first night that something extraordinary happened. Jungkook's mother, a woman who has rarely been seen in public or in interviews, prepared a meal, a replication of the dish she cooked for Jungkook on the day he passed his first BTS audition. It was a simple beef soup, rice, and kimchi spread. The warm scent filled the air. Jungkook stopped mid-step. He stared at the bowls and then, quietly, sat down. And cameras. No words, just chopsticks trembling slightly in his hand before he whispered, I thought I'd never taste this again. And beside him, Jin didn't speak. He simply reached over, filled Jungkook's bowl with more rice, and gave him the smallest, warmest smile. Now you'll taste it every time you need to feel safe, Jin said. Later that night, Jin asked to see Jungkook's childhood room. The door creaked open to reveal old posters, faded Polaroids, and drawings taped to the wall. On the corner of the desk sat an unopened letter, still addressed to Kook, in his mother's handwriting. She wrote that before you went to the army, Jin said, his voice low. She couldn't bring herself to give it to you. Jungkook picked it up and, for a moment, just stared at the paper, his eyes flickering with everything he hadn't said since that break-in. Then, without a word, he opened it. What he read inside has not been publicly revealed. But eyewitnesses say Jungkook didn't speak for nearly 15 minutes. He just cried. Quietly, deeply, like someone finally letting go. The next day, Jin quietly made a statement, not to the press, but to a small group of local children who gathered outside the house, hoping to catch a glimpse of BTS members in their hometown. Don't ever think that being strong means not crying, he told them. Even heroes need to sit down, feel the world, and let it out. Jungkook is strong. He's just human too. HYB has since confirmed that Jungkook will take a short hiatus, but his commitment to return is stronger than ever. There are whispers that Jimmy Fallon has postponed his planned Jungkook interview, giving him time and space. Armies globally have flooded social platforms with hashtags like #ComebackWhenYouReReadyJK and #JinandKookForever. Honoring both brothers' courage, merchandise and fan art have exploded, portraying Jin as a protective lion and Jungkook as a phoenix rising from flame. Some fans have even started fundraising campaigns in honor of Jungkook's mother, thanking her for raising a soul so soft, even the world tried to steal it. This isn't a story about fear. It's a story about what happens after the cameras turn off, after the noise dies down, when love, family, and brotherhood form the true stage.